Harry B. McCracken Jr. became a junior member at the Charles River Country Club in 1936 and remained a loyal member for life. It was at Charles River where he cultivated friendships that would last Harry a lifetime and ultimately serve the game of golf in a most exemplary way.
Charles River meant a lot to him. I think he loved the golf course, but I think he loved the fact that there was, at the time, a lot of players that were involved in mass golf, USGA events, qualifyings, and stuff like that. So I think he was kind of proud that he belonged to a course where there were so many good golfers that could try and get into these events. He had a lot of friends at Charles River. He became involved there, not only being the golf chairman, but on the board and running events and helping events over there and stuff. So there's 3 or 4 people there that ended up at Mass Golf helping out as volunteers. Paul Lacerda, David Miller, Bob Loudon. So all these guys, I think he badgered them when they came in.
Harry officially joined Mass Golf's executive committee in 1969 and rose to the position of president in 1984 and 1985. He not only contributed his organizational skills and expertise to running tournaments, but he always looked out for the most important part of golf, the people.
That gruff exterior, he loved everybody for the most part. He looked after the little guy, and especially in golf events and stuff like that, if he was involved as running the tournament or being the official in charge or something like that, he made sure pro shop staff, the carts, the guys, the caddies, the little people behind the scenes ended up with a little money out of it because they were giving their time up and things like that.
Harry's already prolific behind-the-scenes stature grew even larger when he became the executive secretary and treasurer of the New England Golf Association. He tirelessly spent thousands of hours supporting golf events to ensure their success.
He was probably the perfect volunteer for golf. He'd do any part of it, whether you needed him to make a scorecard out. He'd be an official, he'd be a starter, and I think that's inbred in a lot of the people that are volunteers now. I think, they just have a real love of the game, but I really think for him the camaraderie of it was the important thing, the friendships he developed, and there was a lot of them.
In 1982, McCracken and Bill Flynn, a 2016 Massachusetts Golf Hall of Fame inductee, created the MGA Golf Consultant, Inc., a venture to restore downtrodden golf facilities, including Boston's William J. Devine Golf Course at Franklin Park and George Wright Golf Course, which are among the courses that have been revitalized by the duo. For all his energy, passion, and positive presence, for all the love he gave to the game of golf, Harry was presented with the United States Golf Association's prestigious 2007 Joe Dye Award, which recognized his service to the game as a volunteer.
That was special. We all, the Joe Dye Award, we all got on a flight and went out to San Francisco. I think it was the longest flight either my mother or my father had been on, and a lot of his friends were out, and the USGA people that he knew and were friendly with, they were all there. So he was very humbled by that, which was it was hard to see how humble he was. He became quiet, which is unusual for him. So it was pretty good. We all enjoyed that.
Today, Harry's name lives on through many of the championships that he organized and staffed for decades. The Harry McCracken Medal is presented to the Mass Amateur Stroke Play medalists, while the winner of the New England Amateur earns the McCracken Trophy. And the McCracken Cup is presented to the winner of the 4-ball event at Charles River Country Club, where it all began for Harry. When Harry McCracken passed away in 2019 at the age of 94, he left behind a lasting legacy of golf volunteerism. Consider this: it's possible that he spent more time on golf courses in Massachusetts and New England than any person who has ever lived. And for all his many distinctions, Harry B. McCracken Jr. becomes a member of the Massachusetts Golf Hall of Fame.
I'm very pleased to accept this honor from my father getting into the Hall of Fame, and both myself and my family are very proud and want to thank the Mass Golf, New England Golf for putting this together and getting him in.